Hi there, I'm Keone. I was stationed down in the Indigo office of Southern California. This has been my third year as a pathway student. And to give you a little background on myself, since I haven't met many of you, I come from Hawaii, the Big Island to be more specific. My family owns a ranch there. We have 122 acres where we raise cattle and orchids. Both my brother and my mother work for NRCS as planners. I have been an Earth Team volunteer with NRCS for 6 years. And I have to say, this internship with the Pathways program has been quite an experience. Thank you for watching my presentation. I hope you like it. So my summer began back on May 28th, where I had just flown into San Francisco Airport in the early morning to pick up my car, which I had left with some relatives the summer before. From there, I made the 8.5-hour drive that Sunday and Monday down to Indio. Indio is located in the historical Coachella Valley of Southern California and easily qualifies as being a part of the desert biomes. Much of the surrounding area of Indio is in fact desert, with the majority of the elevations of the town being located near or below sea level as you approach the Salton Sea. Temperatures here in Indio tend to be on the more extreme side, with the average temperature almost always staying above 100 throughout the day. In the early mornings, it may start off around 70 to 80 degrees, but by noon, it's easily in the hundreds, with the average temperature at the end of the workday peaking to anywhere around 125 to 130. To give you some reference of what I'm used to, the part of Hawaii that I am from rarely peaks into the mid to high 80s. Indio is historically known as one of the largest providers of dates in the US, but they also have a varied selection of other produce such as okra and grapes. This summer, I've had the opportunity to view and experience some new parts of California while working in Indio. I've gone and surveyed using the Trimble system a number of times and even had the opportunity to participate and help at a Trimble training up in Redlands. I've also had the opportunity to help with some irrigation evaluations, done a watershed assessment, and even viewed some potential and existing flood damage up in the Kelso Creek area. Kelso Creek was an interesting opportunity that I had the pleasure to be a part of. The Kelso Creek situation is a bit odd and different as it is an old Army Corps of Engineers embankment to help protect the small community and road from flood damage. However, over time, these embankments have worn down, been modified, or have simply been buried. The watershed assessment I had done was for a possible client seeking for a way to help preserve the stream that ran through her property. I have done a few of these assessments before in Hawaii and have even had the opportunity to do a few here in California during my first years as a Pathways intern. What made this assessment different, however, was that I got to learn and use some new tools such as the StreamStats website, which takes out a lot of the busy work and auto-calculates the longest flow paths along with the average slope in the watershed you select. This year, I got the opportunity, using the Trimble system, to go out and survey a bunch of different locations. On the left, you can see 3 ponds labeled 5, 6, and 7. These belong to a tilapia farmer out in Desert Center who, during last year's work period, I went out and surveyed these ponds when they were in a dry, semi-cleaned up state before any construction began. This year, I got the opportunity to go out and survey these same ponds as they had been freshly lined and reshaped to a more manageable and usable condition. The right photograph belongs to one of the most impressive farms I saw this summer. It's a newly created farm where everything has been built to quite a high standard, and the pond itself, though not exclusively used for the dates, it does serve a multi-use purpose as water supply for fire suppression, agricultural water, and as a fish pond. As I had mentioned earlier, I had the opportunity to participate in a training specifically focusing on the Trimble system, its setup and use in the field. At this training, I learned a lot about the intricate side of the Trimble, from setup to close down, and just how complicated it can be, along with all the steps necessary for a full setup to laying out all sorts of different types of points. One of the final things I had a chance to be a part of was helping with an irrigation assessment. We went out, measured the volume and the pressure along each section of the sprinkler system, and from there we're able to draw conclusions regarding the quality and efficiency of the irrigation system. Though not directly involved with it, I did get the opportunity to tag along with a tour throughout one of the local recycling facilities that has recently started to mulch a lot of their green waste for resale back to the agricultural, landscaping, and land preservation community. Hopefully this video was a bit more entertaining than just a basic PowerPoint with words on it, and that you all enjoyed it. I wish you the best of luck, and hopefully your summers either are or will be as good as mine.